You're only a bitch if you're a bad
Welcome.
Peace, y'all.
Got him. Heard me.
Good day, good evening. Bless.
7hrine Spiritual Talk is here.
We're back for another episode. Hitting y'all with some fun talk.
Woo! Feeling real energized. Everybody's dancing.
Like, I'm ready.
I think that's just what happens when the three of us come together, though. Because we were kind of like grooving last week, too. Like,
grooving.
Yeah, well, a lot has been going on.
Yeah, you gotta.
And we're just going draining and, like, you know, that
riding the waves. Riding the waves. It's been nice.
Yeah, it has. It's been great.
There's
like no complaints.
Can't complain.
Oh, yes. Like, I'm so glad I'm like going through like all the traumas, you know.
Checking them off.
Checkmate.
Done.
Yeah. It's like
you're out of here. One down.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I checked out. I'm not there anymore. You
not
know,
there anymore.
Yeah. So stop holding on to that baggage.
Yeah, let that shit go. Let the baggage go. I'm telling you, you feel so light after. So light. I'm still a bag lady because I always have a lot of stuff, but I still feel like my loads are still lighter because I'm not carrying like that baggage.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're just bags with stuff.
That every day.
You like, okay. I was just saying earlier, you like actually brushing it off and like, all right, I'm done because it's not that heavy like chain and ball like following you, you know. But it's like just these like
these little dust bunnies, all these little dust bunnies. You gotta go get your little dust bunnies and bounce.
Have you dusted out your dust bunnies?
So much lighter.
Yeah.
Come on, go dust it out, man.
Get them out the way.
Yeah.
It is. Especially like Mercury retrograde coming up, you really have to think about dust bunnies and like all those extra baggages out of the way. Mm-hmm. Like Friday's like a big shift for people. If you're not doing what you need to be doing, you're gonna feel the energies of Mercury retrograde. You know, like you start feeling them.
Deal with your issues now.
And
you still have
time.
Work, address, and let go. Be intentional, understand, and then
intentional.
What am I taking from this? Because if you don't take something from that lesson, it's gonna come back in a different way, in a different,
always resurfaces itself. You don't
physically or relationally.
I learned that recently with
otherwise.
like my finances. Like for me, like financial issues have been like so big. Like I get money, I just spend it. Like so to save has been like such a big deal. To like get myself to a space where I'm like, okay, like I have this money, and like today, like I made like a decision on like, okay, like where before I would just hold on to it just to like keep it there and like see it, knowing like you have this to pay and that to pay and this to take care of and all these things. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna take this money and we're gonna pay these things that need to be taken care of because it's gonna come back, you know. And that felt so good. Like
it's a lot of emotional ties that we have with money. It's I hate money. Or I love it.
I'm grateful for it. Like it's the exchange that we have here on Earth.
I don't have it, or like I enjoy it. Like
I enjoy what money brings. Happiness, joy. Like money brings you things that you can't like. I look at it this way, like money is not the root of everything, but it definitely does make you have a comfortable life. Like you can't go travel around broke. You can't eat good food broke. Like you can't like be warm broke. So like money is important, like, but it's just how you earn it. Like how did you get it? Like how are you acquiring it? And what are you doing like once you get it? Like are you giving it back? Or like
yeah, you have to be able to give some in order to receive. Like that's the Reiki energy.
You have to move it.
How are you keeping your money?
Money being that happiness, because money is like what's conflicting us or what's like but it's also what's driving us, you know what I mean? But at the same time it's that end result, that's the go-between, that currency. That's the only thing that is
currency you just changed everything.
Currency has to flow, you have to give in order to get. But like I mean I get what you mean by like holding and stashing and saving, because that's important. But what's your goal? It requires you to do that. But if you don't have that way of taking care of giving to yourself and saying I earn this or I deserve this or like this is important enough to give it away, give it away and spend it, currency, and putting that intention through that spending, you know what I mean? And saying like this is why I'm doing it, for that positive effect and not that seed of take my money. You know what I mean? Because I get like that too. Like,
I'll take every drop out there. But I'm not being shy about that. I am taking every last bit of drop that's going to be in my hands so that I'm able to provide for myself, for my family, and for the community that I choose because I want that.
Because you have that choice.
Yeah, for sure.
You're in charge of that.
I choose where the dollars go. Not the dollars, where the energy flows.
Exactly.
It is the same. Who we feeding? Because you can't feed everybody.
That was mine. For sure.
We try. I could try. I know a lot of people. We could try to feed everybody.
Yeah.
But we still need more people. Get your pie right.
Get your piles right. Stack them up. Stack them up.
So we have a candle burning that was made under the full moon just recently.
New moon.
And this is for romance and love.
Love
and romance.
Loving all things.
I'm holding out my hand real quick. I feel real like, you can see it on camera. But I got some issues on this masculine side, on my right side over here. So
let them go.
Trying to just
let them
roll
see
them out.
You are a
beauty
queen.
She's going in.
I'm going in.
I'm so glad it doesn't look as bad as yesterday. Oh, that one's a lot more visible. It's like turtle skin, guys.
It's
everything coming out. Hey, this is what's going on.
And I was telling Daisy that I had the heart cards, and you've seen too the throat chakra.
Yeah.
Coming up, and it started here, and it just like met in the middle, right here. So we're taking care of that, but at the same time,
you're wearing blue for the chakra to help you with that.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Works out.
I haven't worn this shirt in a long time, so that's interesting because I had trouble. I had to be at the passport department at 7 o'clock this morning.
Did you get your passport?
I pick it up on Monday.
Spain,
it's my first international trip, guys.
How exciting!
I'm so nervous. I haven't flown since like 2010.
Oh, it's only been 8 years, girl. You're gonna be fine.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Lucky number 8, huh?
Yeah, cool. You're going international. You got this.
But I'm going, shout outs to my friends. I'm going with women and one guy friend of theirs that travel a lot. So I'm going to pick up the tips and tricks and like the savvy. Like they already got Airbnbs, for instance. You know,
you wouldn't have thought about that.
Like, where are we going to sleep?
What a blessing.
Yeah.
What a blessing.
Thanks for inviting me. But it was like deal of a lifetime, and they travel, they find that spot, they find the like ticket places and everything. Like, so that was my currency, right? That was my like, I don't even want to say I'm you know, I don't want to say I'm broke, but I'm not, because it's currency, it's energy. But like I'll whisper it because you know what I mean.
You're
and like
developing
holding on
your
to that
currency,
fact of like, no, I don't even want to speak that anymore because we're not like we're so abundantly fulfilled.
We're in control of what happened.
But they were like, this is what do you think? $400 round trip Spain. I was like,
what?
Yeah,
let's go. Sign me up.
Do I have it? No, at the time, but like I'm gonna get that because I can't pass. Like I cannot say no to that. Like what the heck?
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm going, like just the blessing and the entire package with them. Like, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah,
I am. So that's where
So
went this morning, like out of the house. 6 a.m.
Victory. Here's what pulled out while I was shuffling it. So there's a big, victory.
Victory! I feel like my divine helpers have been coming through. I've been reaching victories. I feel like my life is a victory right now.
Even in the 3.
Yes, always. Treyway.
Mother, Father, and your creation. Thrine, the divine 3 within yourself.
And then it's like all the little people in the back that give you your support and help you get to this light too. Like you are not alone, because you see like all these little shadows and like silhouettes, shadows and silhouettes.
So dope. Yes. With that like helping starbeams even. They're
silhouettes. You have to love them both.
And then here you are. There's a new lifetime. This is for the whole collective.
Yeah, we are in a new life. We're rebirthing.
You just gave birth already.
Yes,
you know, now
to your
it's just
divine mother. You better be a mama. A divine mama.
Even if you're a male.
Life.
Even if you're a male.
Female.
Let me tell you, guys are more sensitive. 10 times, 100 times more sensitive than females.
Yeah,
and we have this divine rising that's coming up, and that gives you the excuse to treat guys like shit.
No,
I
you
think not.
them.
You know, this is where you come out with nurturing yourself and nurturing others. And females out there, you have to be gentle and graceful, and you know, let that gentleness flow. You know, all the walls we build up.
Yeah,
and it's easy to project that. Like, it's not even just like a wall with the doorknob on your side, you know, like there's just brick and like just
it's like brick,
like,
cement, boulders.
Stop blaming things on the guys and focus on you know, and do
accountability. Really, it is in our control.
Oh my God,
we set that foot. You know, the more we love, the more we are loved. But once we start putting up that but those barriers and those like walls and those insecurities and those thoughts, and we just create the men that we don't want. But we like built that, like we created the men that are walking around right now. So let's like shift back and like love them and honor them, like go back to like the roles, like you know, it's funny, like I was talking about one of my aunts, like on the like one of my grandmother's sisters. Like I've only been able to talk to her a few times, you know, but like she's a woman, and like she's a woman that understands her role in society, what it means to be a woman, and what it means to have a man and like call on a man. And she gets so confused, like coming to the States and seeing like, you know, open relationships, because she's like, they're lost, like they're lost, like they don't know, women don't know what a woman is, and a man don't know what a man is, and like how
they're confused, but it's like, they're dressing like
not
guys
even like,
but
it's just how to like love them as that. Like, how does a man love a woman and a woman love a man, you know? And, like, it starts with the woman. Like, we need to love first to be able to be loved in return. Like, we're mothers, we're nurturers, we're naturally created to nurture. Men were not. Like, they were not created to nurture. But some of them were. Some men are very sensitive, but they were, like, put in this society to like build and destroy and fight, and like now it's like, no, you don't have to fight anymore. The fighting's
there's
done.
no fight. Like there's just doing and working, and you're weaving a web, you know. And what are you weaving? You know, are you weaving the same society that you were conditioned, or you know, or are you in that transition of the old and the new, or you're like fully, you know, just you know, like where are you? Like, it's okay whatever level you're at. That's, you know, that's your space and that's your time. It's your, you know, whatever you're going through, you know, when everyone should respect that, you know?
Respect
like, there's no expectations, you know?
Yeah, just as I was saying outside, like, just your job is to love, like, just love.
Right,
like,
right.
But is your job just to love? No, sometimes your job is to keep it real, too.
But that
is
love.
That is
honesty,
love, but it's also,
you know what
like,
I mean? That,
always love. But I think sometimes we get like, oh, okay, I just have to love them.
People
like,
think
what does
it's
that
such,
mean?
like, the,
don't hold your tongue.
Delicate,
like, let it out. Like, that's love.
Like, no, love of self at that moment to say, I love myself enough to say this. I need to speak up. Like, that's not okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna love you more. Or is that really even love? Or is that me trying to get your approval? Or get, like, you know, is that genuine feeling love?
What is it really?
No, that boundary even sometimes is love, you know?
If you feel it in your heart that, no, you don't want to do it, or yes, you have to say something, it's in you already. You feel that. Yeah. So follow it. If not, it gets worse and worse.
Don't let it don't let it ache and pain your body, like, because
it'll come out. You know.
Yeah, like it releases on all levels.
Yeah,
has to
surfaces.
It'll come out mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, like some sort of way.
It's gonna come out. Better release it before.
Oh yeah.
Because when it comes out in the ways that make us have to be like, oh shit. You know, like we have to sit back and be like, oh, what is this happening for? Like, well, remember that shit you didn't want to let out a while ago? That's why. Like,
you thought
you were done and good. No, baby. Like,
no, the trash is full.
Not that.
Yeah.
Don't look through it before you throw it away. Let it go.
I was just telling my friend. Well, she was saying like she has like I hate men, I hate guys, I hate boys. You know, every sort of dimension, and I'm like, girl, like.
What part of yourself do you?
And that's where she's starting to like pick apart now. Like, okay, let me address this because I don't hate them, and I don't want to say that because that's what you're creating. Like, you hate what to project that. Yeah, we had a deep ass conversation about that.
I was like that for a while, you know, like I hate men. Oh my god, I'm never gonna like men. Like, no, like men are not horrible. We're horrible. Like women are worse than men. Like,
yeah,
we hurt. Yeah, like,
and we think it's okay.
Yeah, and we're like, well, you have to let me anyway. Like, what? Like, no, I don't. Like, I have feelings.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't. You don't have feelings. Like, why are you being emotional right now? Because I'm emotional.
Yeah.
Like,
Stop everything and feel what I'm feeling.
Like,
just
stop.
That's all that matters right now. It's just my feelings.
It's like, girl, you don't sit down.
I'm sure, Jesus, I didn't have a sister growing up, but I could imagine like how you have to become with sisters compared to like I grew up with brothers, you know, like it was always tumbled out and then like, all right, we're good, like figure it out, you know, like walk away with our arms around each other.
We're good, we're gonna go.
And like going with sisters would probably have been a completely different story.
We fought too. Yeah. My sisters and I, we fought,
but in like a like it was never emotionally
driven.
No.
It was like irritating, but then it was like, all right.
Okay,
you know, it wasn't like 3 days later, like, he's still stealing my shit. Like,
oh my god, that's my shit.
Like silent treatment and like
that's true. Yeah, women, we're so
petty, you know?
Yeah.
My sister and I were old enough apart to like be cool.
Yeah.
That's my big sis, you know, like it's just funny.
Yeah. Hey man,
we are a handful. Be self-aware and tame that energy, balance
tame
that
it,
energy,
self-awareness, own it.
That's where it starts. The ownership, accountability.
Let's
go for it.
All right.
Go for it.
I think that was a good.
This was like a bonus, you know. It popped out, you know. Wow.
Unconditional love, all of the feels.
Look how pretty. Numero uno.
Wow. Divine mother. We birthing over here.
We were just talking about being
unconditional love, woman love. Yes, unconditionally, like on all levels. Like whatever it is. Yeah, it is. Like I'm kind of like, because I have like so many blocks up. Like, whew, it's hard on all. Like I've barely learned to like love myself unconditionally. Love like my career, my family unconditionally, you know. So when you bring in like any other energies, it's like, okay, like you still have to have a guard and a wall.
You recognize that.
No, they come and go. They come and go.
Yeah,
people come and go. Even family.
Everyone
comes
everyone comes. You still love them.
Yeah,
unconditionally. With no conditions. It doesn't matter. No attachments. That's what it is. It's no attachments.
Yeah. The one thing I was tripping out the other day was like, you know, the really like the most thing that I see every day, like constantly, are my hands. You know, like I can't see my face.
They used to be
like,
so pretty because of that. I used to get my nails lit. Oh my gosh, you're so bad. Your hands.
Wow.
You know, like that tells a lot about
here. Accent on flowers. What's up?
Right. Yeah, but it's a trip. You're driving and you're looking at your hands, you know. You're eating, you're looking at your hands, you know. Even if you don't have limbs, you're still looking at some, you know, you're just looking forward. Like what?
Dimensions of yourself. Have I told you that thing before where like we can always see it, like our nose is meant to be in our perception. It's in our perception, but we choose not to see it because it's always there.
It's there.
So like when like you could, like I could.
Oh, mine is there.
It's there. But you don't really know that you see it all the time. It's almost like it's like blind spots, you know, like it's blocked out. Like you don't really need to notice that your nose is
like when
there.
they say, you know, like they're pointing, like where's the keys? It's right there.
Where?
It's
right there. Where's right there?
You know, it's like it's so close. That's how close things are to you, but we don't realize it. Yeah. We don't want to see
open your eyes. You start feeling at that point. Like, can you feel?
That one was just calling.
Ooh, rest, Holy Spirit. Oh, I feel
this
that
Wow, this is amazing. Like, I'm in such awe with. Wow.
Have you been resting?
Holy
Laying
Spirit.
down. That's deep. Like the Holy Spirit does need rest.
Right.
You are a God. Like within your vessel lies the Holy Spirit. Like, are you giving that rest?
I felt that deep.
Me too. Like I felt that in my spine. Like,
good
night. Like, Holy Spirit said it.
Check.
See you next
week. Legit though.
It's like rest.
Whirlwinds. And
look at him just sitting there reading. The little deer, the back.
But through this victory into the new life,
all amazing cards.
You have your creation, and then
you need a rest.
You've done the work.
Yeah,
to me,
you've done the work, though.
Like, as a collective, every one of y'all have been doing your work. So kudos to all of you. You know, kudos. You know. Give yourself a pat to the world. Back, like a caress. What do you want? What do you need? Give it to yourself. You know? Like, yes. You know, let that chill, because it's all done. It's all done.
You could rest now. You could kick up your feet and rest. Like you don't have to stress. You don't have to cry. You don't have to struggle. Yeah, you could rest.
Yeah.
Like just be like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate.
I have until 9:00 to make it to the spa. I'm gonna go rest.
It's right down.
Yes.
Imperial Spa.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So life is great. Life is great for everyone, no matter where you are in your life. You guys are doing amazing.
You did it. You're doing it. And give yourself credit and rest up.
Yes. Accept all the love that's coming.
the new moon just passed, so get that regroup on. Like, that's part of the process.
Yep. Rest while you're seeing.
More important, you can't pour from a empty cup.
Yeah. Keep this feeling of unconditional love, like all through the Mercury retrograde, you know, because the Mercury retrograde is going to bring up some dark stuff.
And come back around.
Right.
Get our editor going to say that right there. Like,
flash up thing.
Reminder.
No. Deal with it. Go through it. You got it. And
just
then
breathe.
Boom, another victory.
Yeah. Wow. Really though, stay grounded, stay focused, stay aware, stay on your toes. Like just stay doing what you do.
And I
or
think
get off your toes and get on your ass now.
Oh yeah, I guess. It's so hard. I don't get rest. It's like stay on my toes.
Like keep it moving.
Yeah, even when I'm on my ass, I feel like I'm still on my toes. It's like, God, it's like
being productive.
I just need to go away.
Hello.
Like away, travel like that,
your wish is your command.
Come with me.
I'm going. Peace. See you guys later. About to catch a flight. I don't know where, but I'll video time you when I'm there.
Call in.
Hey, where are you?
Did we have that time I didn't record?
That time.
My bad. We'll stop talking about that time. That time.
How funny.
We got you, real.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be. Everything's meant to be when it happens.
Yeah.
Can I see this happen? You touched him
what?
As soon as I pointed at them.
Oh.
Por favor. I haven't seen you do this in quite some time.
Magic.
Jeez, it was almost like when I did that, you like
push him away.
Because I pointed as soon as you moved them. That's fun. That's fun. And she knows her cards, y'all. She knows her cards. So
where are we going? What are we doing?
Round and round we go.
Ooh. Woo! Why are we sad? Abandonment? What are we going through? What is it gonna bring? Are you bored? Are you letting the boredom that's gonna surface through these energies, these new moons, full moons, Mercury retrograde? Have you been feeling abandoned? Have you been abandoning yourself? Have you been abandoning your careers, your choices, your dreams, your desires? Like, where is it leaving you? With that, I see, like, with your cups, like, we're not doing like what we want to do in life. What's going on with people?
Still stuck.
Yeah, get off your butts. Don't be sad. I pulled the 4 of Cups. Boredom. You're in limbo. You're just floating. Like, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. Like, I can't get off my butt because, like, I don't want to be here, but I'm here. I'm making this money. Yeah, you're making this money, but it's bored money. That's why you're over here sitting sad, because you're not in the space you want to be. So 5 of Cups, sadness. Like, you're really not, like, at your higher self. You're not living in your soul purpose, and you're abandoning that. Like, your pentacles is like your success. This is like your career, your success, your relationships, your finances, your money. Like, are you abandoning your career choices, your dreams, your passions, just to get by, to barely have, like, the bare necessities? Like, well, I have this, so I'm good. I was bored for a long time. Very bored. Like, I stayed in that, like, space of, like, well, I have enough, so I don't have to do anything. And then, like, the minute I was like, no, I really want more. Like, I want freaking more. Like, I want a business that's, like, mine, that I, like, did, like, I built. And, like, it does require you to abandon. Like, you have to abandon, like, those jobs that pay you more, those jobs that write you a paycheck, because you have to write your own. So when I see this, like, all I see is, like, right now people are shifting, like, stepping out of, like, their jobs of society and stepping into their power, and that's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to step into your power.
You're stepping into cyclical time.
Yeah,
I feel like this is the predecessor of these.
I guess, call on your divine helpers. Call on your mama. You are a mama. Give birth to yourself.
We had to be told. We had to be told the truth.
Okay. Call on mama. Just call on mama. Okay.
We see right through it. We feel right through it.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
Because each thing I was just like, but it was like, but the guy is like,
that's the female.
That's what it is. Like, when you go through this, like, we have like divine helpers. Like, call on the Holy Spirit. Like, if you're too tired and you don't know what to do, get some rest and, like, call on the divine mother within yourself to help you birth something more than what you're doing right now. And that's all it is. It's just like,
and not just like anything, but like, tune in. Like, we've all been tuning in so much to who we are and what we want, and like that inner work, that soul work, you know. And
I look at this like straight direct. Like, you are bored with where you are at because you're not living in your soul purpose. Yeah, that's why you're sad, and you've abandoned, like, your higher self.
Right, let it go.
Like, you were like, boom.
What are you doing to change all that?
Yeah, like, you have.
You ain't doing nothing, obviously.
It takes, like, and it's not easy. Like, you wake up and you're like, I don't want to do this. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I'm not gonna do hair. I don't want to do hair today. Like, I don't want to post. Like, I don't want to do it. But then I'm like, okay, if I don't, all right, it's not good.
You get a backup.
Yeah,
you get
like,
a chain
it's not
reaction.
good.
Yeah, gotta have those arteries clean
always.
Get that Irish sea moss in. Get those vibes higher, and you vibrate. You
I just saw some Irish sea moss soap. A little recipe for it.
Your body. That's gonna manifest. You know, it's gonna come into that energy. You're gonna. Okay, I'm ready. I'm lit. Like, I'm lit. Cause you, girl, you better get on those herbs. You always say that too. Like, I'm tired. Like, you're just like.
but I still go because, like, I could constantly.
And then your body is doing with your shop. Like, I would imagine you're tired, but having that extra, like, before you even get to that point in the day, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm still
young.
Start your day, end your day. But I do. I need more herbs, herbal remedies.
Let's do that.
It's happening.
More to come. More to come.
We in the lab right now.
I know, right? More to come. Accent on flowers. Shouting out the shop today. Where's the phone number? Put it up. Yeah.
Come on, more. So once you get over your little sadness, your little bored self, and abandoning your higher self, comes completion. The 10 of Cups. Yeah. You get to live in your abundance. You get to look and be like, "Whoa, I did this. I did that.
That's
like this
3
is
in
real."
The finances, like
3 in the finances, work. 3 in your money, 3 in your work, 3 in your business, your career, like your life. That's like what's going to manifest. Like the life you want to live is only going to be met once you give up the sadness.
Give it up.
All these cups. My cups have been pretty full lately.
Right.
I can't complain. Never.
I acquired a food belly this whole fucking weekend.
Yes,
she took that
abundance.
I
can't breathe.
Yeah. You said did he cook? You said your friend was vegan.
There was like so much.
Festival?
It's a camp. It's a camp. You're eating like bread and like meats and like I grubbed on everything, you know, because I'm like, screw it, I'm camping, you know, like I take care of myself, you know, so I'm going on, you know, so yeah.
Embrace it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was the first time that I ate meat. Well, like it was buffalo meat.
Bison.
Bison. In like summer last year.
Yeah.
It was like straight up in NorCal, like farm raised by neighbors, you know, that fed that market. I mean, there were like, they're called forest people. Like there were a couple hundred people there. Bison. But I hadn't eaten red meat in like 6 years. But the year before that, I had chicken for the first time, you know, and then that year I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. We went to visit family that had moved out there because my godmom had like 3 to 5 different diseases, like her on an oxygen machine, on a bunch of meds, like given 6 months. We had our last tamale season, you know, and then they moved up that spring. We went to see them in summer, and she's 3 years later still going strong.
Nice.
3 years later, like this woman
food is your medicine.
She uses her oxygen and the oxygen too. Her blood cells went up, like everything is improving. She doesn't need her oxygen tank until she goes to sleep. Like
beautiful.
All of that has changed, but she also does black cumin seed oil.
Very good. Black seed oil.
Talking about turmeric quite often, but not on a daily like she does with that one. I think she takes like a tablespoon or a teaspoon or, you know, some sort of whatever every day. Cannabis friendly on the pain meds, on like the, you know, ointments and all of that with CBDs. And taking a lot of different precautions, probably as well as doing prescriptions. I'm sure she's still doing those, but yeah, like what? You can't tell me. No, that's her personality. You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, of course.
I'm in control of my life. I'm not gonna
You just
stop.
struck, you know, you bothered my ego.
You die once you give your control to the man.
They lived in Norco. Right?
Oh, wow.
I didn't know Norco was like North Corona.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. But she lived in Corona, like they all lived in Corona, so they sold their house there and they moved up north, you know? But imagine living next to like a farm, like cows and horses, their whole life. And then they move up north where they have like acres of their own space, and they're not living right next to like the house, the horse stable, and you know what I mean? Like it's just a trip. Matters, you know, taking that time and energy. Investing in themselves. She's like, we out, like we gotta go.
You have to.
And people can visit them. They have like 5 bedrooms.
You have to, you know, you gotta do you know, and that's where people like, you know, like at that moment I'm sure your whole entire family was like, what, going to Norco? And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm happy that they did that. Whether the result was good or bad, you know, like they still made their choice to do it.
They chose, to be in control of their destiny, of themselves.
Heck yeah! Do you see how many people go around not making choices? Like they're not making choices.
He finds a mushroom pot in the forest, and it says love because we love the fungi. Oh yeah, psychedelic.
That's so cute. Who found it? Joe found that?
I just found it. I'm saying he found it. The little guy.
He's like, I was like, who's he?
This is he.
Shout out Joe.
Jeez.
Oh my
gosh. Yeah,
medicine.
medicine
Medicina. We can use that as a little herb grinder.
Yeah, I could just smash up some mushrooms in there. Or grind up some mushrooms.
So the next time you see us, like, we'll have a little concoction.
Wait, not little.
No guarantee. No guarantee.
Oyster mushrooms.
Or will we?
Is it gone? You finished
it? Oh, shit.
Nice. Perfect timing, guys.
It smells so good. Yeah.
Right?
Just the, essential oil of an orange. Let's squeeze it out real quick.
Yeah.
That's for real.
Look at that shit.
That's for real. Rub it all over.
Clean the counter.
Oh, yeah.
Natural essential oil.
Right. All over my body. I didn't notice what Letty was asking me because I am horrible at my Spanish. And I was like, oh, yes, we do essential oil. I was like, yeah, definitely. I'm going to pick up the pace on that. But
yeah, I mean, I feel that
to be continued.
Yeah, it's going on, man. It's.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bless this food. Bless this space.
Thanks.
For everything.
Yeah, babe. Woo! So good.
So I brought out.
I know it got like.
Ooh. Oh, now my mouth is all watery. So I brought out some hape. See right here. This is indigenous snuff, hape, rape. There's different ways of pronouncing it, and that's coming straight from the tribes out in Peru, out in Colombia. And this is a mixture of tobacco and a lot of other of
sacred mapacho.
Yeah, all their beautiful ingredients. And I have a little curipe here. It's a little crow. And this is a single use where you
personal use.
Yeah, personal use. You don't share it.
Don't share your curipe.
No. This is you don't share. There's other things you could share, but this you don't.
Sacred.
Yes, because this is directly to you, to your
honor the
yourself.
medicine.
Yeah.
You don't gotta go to the jungle to know that either.
See right here? It goes right here, and you blow it through your mouth. And it's pretty intense if you're ready, whenever you guys are. Or even if you're not. But this is what it is, and this is what's happening out there with everyone. Everybody wants something new, something different. They want to feel different, and this has been introduced.
This is lifelong.
Yeah.
Ancestral, tribal.
Right, and this has been slowly coming to the States,
Right.
And more people are becoming more aware, and it's you see the same thing happening with a lot of other drugs, It's like, just keep the balance, keep the balance. Everything you have, they're just tools. They're just tools. You have everything within yourself to make everything you want happen. So if you want to work on yourself a little stronger and clear all that junk out of your mind, give yourself some hape. And there's a lot of other medicines out there. Ayahuasca, peyote, combo, bufo. There's so many more. So whatever you're drawn to, know that that's okay, and that's something that you want to and need to go through. Whether it's just one time or never at all, or a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
But the medicines are here for y'all.
Yeah, it's all there. It's
all
amazing
there. People out here serving them, who are going to the jungle, who are taking the time to do the work, coming back, really busting up the space. But even besides that, there's just dope people really ready to serve and heal.
They're giving up their life, not hardly being paid.
Yeah.
Yep.
The people here in the States getting paid though. That's what's sad. But it's okay. We'll get to that.
It's another transition.
We're transitioning. Can I have another one of these pills? I'll be eating orange pills because they are yummy.
Do you, boo? Here you go.
Oh, that was so good.
Yes. It was good. Maybe want another one.
Just feed me.
Sorry.
I'm gonna put one more card for the collective, and then maybe we can like say goodnight to y'all.
Yeah, I think it's that time.
Change. So in order to reach that completion, in order to
and she shuffled them, yo.
Oh, I always shuffle.
Another cup, though.
In order to reach that, 8 of Cups is calling you to change your surroundings, change your way of thoughts, change your environment, change how you feel about yourself, change how you feel about others, change something. Yeah. Change one thing in your life that's going to lead you to that 10 of Cups, that abundance, that completion. And when you want it, the more change is scary. Like, it took me a long time to change little things, and I'm still every day learning to be conscious about myself every single day. Sometimes every minute in the day, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh girl, you just did it.
Remember we were just talking about whether you start doing it 500 times to remind yourself to
do this. Don't do this. You have to. But
and
the more and more you do it, it becomes
and
like
then it becomes like 3.
Yeah, and then it's just you wake up and you do.
Yeah,
but then something else might come up that you have to like pay attention to. Like, oh, I have to change that, but it's okay because as those things come up, you know, like,
growth,
oh, I have the power to change because I've done it already.
Victory!
Like, yay! I called up my divine helper. Now I can kick my feet up, Holy Spirit, and rest.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure. For sure. Wow,
I like that. So
change.
Closure to this pathway is the change.
Yep.
The change. Know that your perspective is your perspective, and there are millions of perspectives. So don't hold on to just that one ill perspective that you have of things. Let that go and think of other things, you know, or just say okay and keep going, and then you'll realize that, oh, I'm glad I didn't, you know, like make an ass out of myself, you know.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, you know, because like
reaction versus response, you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Whether your minute is a minute or whether your minute is 17 days or, you know, whatever that is. Like,
give him a minute. You want a response or a reaction from me?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Yep. For a long time, I had this perspective that it was my dad that had like this, you know, it was always my dad's fault, you know? And then now that I'm older and I'm just realizing that, oh, it wasn't all the focus on my dad. It was my mom, you know? So I've had to deal with a lot of, you know, mom issues, you know? And I'm so cool with my mom, you know? But just because you're cool doesn't mean like, exactly. Because I've been denying all of those emotions. I can't hate my mom. I can't have that bad feeling against my mom. You know, she's a hard worker, and you know, she provided a lot for us. And it's like, oh,
and all these checklists of things, which are not taking away from that. You know, which are true.
So your perspectives, let it go. Let it go. Yeah,
change it.
Yeah. I really hope for the best for everyone. There's a lot of amazing, beautiful things that are coming up. A lot of shifts within yourselves.
Ending of Venus retrograde, beginning of Mercury coming up. Venus is the 16th, I think. Ending. Kind of closure as we transition through all of this.
Goes in retrograde on the Friday.
Be specific. Be direct. Rest.
We want to hear what you have to say. We want your voice to speak up.
I want to hear you. I want to see you. And if I already see you, I love you.
I love it.
Exactly. Good night, y'all. Bless up. Have a beautiful week.
Stay lit.
Sunday, come see me at the Gente Market in Upland.